What if I told you that when you decide to go into business for yourself, that it has less to do about the business and everything to do about you? Welcome back to Rollerset to Mindset. I'm Angela. I am your guide. When you find yourself at life's crossroads and you are desperate to figure out what is next for me. And today we are going to talk about something that people don't tell you. They don't tell you when you decide to go into business for yourself. Because, see, often we think that entrepreneurship is about the business. It's about the business, and it's simply not just about building a business. Because what you're doing actually is you're stepping into transformation. And transformation is so many components to it. Because not just one there's not just one area of life that changes. No, ma'am. Everything changes. Every area of your life changes. So in today's conversation, I want to walk you through three key areas that every entrepreneur, especially women stepping into their next chapter, will experience on this road. There are three areas. There is the business side, there is the becoming side, and then there is the growth and the scaling of your business. And I also want to give you three simple ways to secure your foundation on this journey. So let's just go ahead and dive in. How about that? Let's just go ahead and dive in. So the first, grab something to write with, grab some paper and pencil, because I want you to take notes on this one. And I want to start with the business itself. Whatever area of business you decide that you are gifted and talented and that you have enough experience to share to create a transformation for someone else. So the business is the business, think of it this way. The business is the part that everyone sees. Everybody sees it, or which we know what it is. It's your website, it's your social media, your logo, your services, all the visual stuff, even your brand voice, all of that, all of the visible pieces that say, I'm here and I'm open for business. We know that part. But here's what I've learned. Your business cannot grow faster than what? Your clarity. That's it. Your business absolutely cannot grow faster than your clarity. So before you start chasing content, before you start chasing clients, you've got to know who you serve. You got to know who you serve. You've got to know the problem that you're solving for them, the transformation that you're promising to deliver. But you've also got to know how you can solve that problem. And that's all that is clarity. You've got to have clarity. And that becomes your foundation. It's from that you can grow. Because every business, this is what I've learned along the way. I have learned through my own businesses, through friends of mine businesses, through mentorship, that every business is built twice. Think about that for a second. Every business is built twice. It's first built in your mind. It's built in your mind. And secondly, it's built in the marketplace. Because you can have what you believe is a clear-cut, straightforward business that you have created, put together in your mind. But when you take that business to the marketplace, you are going to find that there's some things that have to shift. You've got to do some course correcting if you plan to grow and scale your business. So when you're clear about what you do, when you're clear about who it's for, these are very important things, and the value that you bring, then everything starts to get in alignment. And when you move, I have learned that when you move from a place of alignment, let me tell you something, everything is better. You think it may feel a little rough. It may feel a little out of sorts. But when you operate from a place of alignment, you save yourself a lot of headache. The marketing is good, the offers are good, even the partnerships are good. So, if you're in that phase, if you're in that building phase, here's my advice to you. You ready? You want to create structure early. Don't let nobody tell you any different. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, you can wing it. You can build as you go. You can build as you go, but you better have some clarity on that building. Because when clarity is there, I am telling you, everything works out. So you absolutely want to create structure early. Okay? The next thing you want to do is don't skip systems, y'all, just because you're small. I had to learn that the hard way. I had to learn. And it's not like I didn't hear it along the way, but I felt like because I was small in that early growth stage, I thought systems was not important. Now, you may not be able to pay someone for these systems. You may have to do it yourself. But the truth of the matter is, don't skip systems. And remember, discipline will take you places that motivation can't. Discipline and consistency will take you where nothing else can't, because you can't make it on just motivation. Mm-mm, mm-mm. You can't make it on motivation, because motivation wanes. You get tired. You get discouraged. But if you're disciplined, you have systems in place early, and you have the structure that we talked about earlier, you can make it. You can begin to grow, and you can ultimately begin to scale. So, because when clarity and structure meets consistency, that's when your business starts to breathe on its own. And that is what you want. The second part, the second B part, is the becoming side. Ooh, let me say that again for the people in the back. The becoming side. It's who you, not just who are you becoming, but who you have to become. Who do you have to become? That's a process that you really want to dial into. So let's talk about the part that people don't see. You know, the business side, that's the part people see. But the side that people don't see is that becoming. And that is a process, y'all. That's like the process, the entire life of your business is who you are becoming. Because I'm telling you, entrepreneurship will expose everything about you as a person, as an individual. It really will. It exposes every single doubt and every single fear that you have ever had about yourself. And I'm telling you, you've got to get a grip on that. Otherwise, you will talk yourself out of building your business, because you'll question everything. You question yourself, you'll compare yourself. Hear me when I tell you. And you'll wonder why you ever got started. You'll even begin to wonder, am I even good at this? But what I want you to understand is that that's part of the process. And that's the importance of personal development. That's the importance of mentorship. And it took me nearly 10 years in before I realized how beneficial mentorship was to my growth. It took me 10 years in, but once I got wind of that, there was no stopping. And even then, it's still up to you. It's still up to you to make it what you want it to be. Because you can't create freedom with a fearful mindset, with a doubtful mindset. It will never happen. You cannot create freedom from a mindset that's stuck in fear. And I want you to get that early on. Okay? You can't scale confidence if you're still questioning your worth. If you're still questioning whether you're good enough. And for me, how I was able to counteract that, I had, and I know you're sick of hearing this, but I had to develop a morning routine, a consistent morning routine to get me started on days that I felt like I had nothing left to give. You've got to learn early. Learn early how to protect your peace, how to set boundaries, and how to shield yourself from negativity, because those things will come. Don't mistake it. It will come. But it's about creating those daily habits that will feed your future self. Because you got to look at it this way. It's not about feeding. You got to see your future self before she comes. And every time you find yourself in a slump, doubt, you got to remember, you got to say, my future self is hungry. I might feel full right now, but my future self is hungry. So I got to eat some more so that I can feed my future self, so I can grow and be healthy in that new life, in that future life, you know? So if you're listening right now and you're thinking, Angela, I feel stuck. I feel desperate. I feel afraid. I feel like too much time has passed. I feel like people are just moving. I am just so behind. Folks are just so much more ahead of me. What I want you to do is I want you to start with you. And then I want you to examine yourself. What am I missing? What am I needing? And then I want you to find yourself a mentor, someone who has been where you are. And it's easy for her to grab your hand and bring you along. Mentorship is so important. It's that growth side of you, you know, that's about you and not about your business. Okay? It has nothing to do about your business. It has everything to do about you, getting you ready to be the person that could help your business to scale. And that leads us into the third part, the growth side, sustaining and scaling. If you get to that point, you know you're doing something right. So let's just put the icing on the cake and keep going, okay? At some point, you will reach that moment where change has come. And you begin to question, okay, how can I continue to change, but change for the better? Because at this point, it's no longer can I start, because baby, you've already started and you're into the thick of it. It becomes, how can I sustain this? What do I need to do to scale it? Did you hear me? What can I do to scale it? And that's where the strategy that you built in the past meets self-mastery of yourself. You put those two together and baby, you are in the scaling position. And this is what I want you to know. You can't scale chaos now. You got to make sure you got it together. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. You're going to drop off. I may as well tell you, you're going to fall off. So you can't grow something that's built on burnout. So you've gotten to that point of self-mastery. You got strategy, You've mastered yourself and your habits, your consistency, and now you're ready to roll. And this is the phase where you start thinking long term. How do I truly protect my energy for the long haul? That's what you have to ask. You need to write that one down. How can I truly protect my energy for the long haul? How do I build systems so the business can grow, not just grow, but operate without me? Let's just start there. Can operate. That's where strategy comes in. That's where system comes in. How do I build systems so the business can grow without me doing everything? Okay. And how do I stay creative and fulfill, please, and fulfill while leading my team? This stage is about refining everything. It's about being the CEO of your business, okay? It's about letting go of what no longer fits. And that is easier said than done, because sometimes that means people, places, and things. Did you hear me? People, places, and things. And creating repeatable systems, not one and done, but repeatable systems that will free you up to serve and to rest and then to grow. Serve your people, learn to rest, take the necessary rest, and then grow. And yes, it includes what a lot of us are so much afraid to do, and that is delegate, because we feel like it can't work without us. That is not true. That is simply not true. In order to scale, in order to grow, our business and ourselves, we've got to learn how to delegate, and we've got to respect the art of delegation. And it includes saying no to what drains you. It includes saying no to the stuff that just eats up your time but doesn't give you the best return when you're doing it. But you've got to be in a position in which you can pay someone to do the things that drains you, that eats up your time, especially the things that someone else can do better. We got to let go of those papers, and we got to pay somebody else to do it, because it's about protecting yourself, protecting your peace. That is what it's about. Refining your business, refining how you move through your business as the CEO of your business, because scaling isn't just about more. A lot of us feel like when we scale, we got to do more. We produce some more, therefore we have to do more. No, 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 no. But it's about doing things in a better way, in a systematized way. That is what it is about. So I'm going to give you, again, 3 ways to secure the road ahead. That is surely ahead for every entrepreneur that's just getting started, who's listening under the sound of my voice, okay? If I could leave you with 3 ways to secure your entrepreneurial journey, and I could speak a little bit on this because it's been 35 plus years for me, it would be these things. Number 1, you want to build clarity before strategy, because so much will change once you become crystal clear. You got to know what you stand for. Did you hear me? You got to know what you stand for. You've got to know who you serve, and you got to know where you're going. That's your clarity. You got to know where you're going. Number 2, you've got to protect your mindset. Protect your mindset, because it's your most visible asset. Believe me when I tell you, it's your most valuable asset. Your business can only expand at the level of your belief. It happened because I believe. I believe. And number 3, build your systems early. Please get in the habit. Understand, operate from the place of Big things have small beginnings, and systems help small things grow into big things. Start early with your systems, even if you're small. If you don't remember nothing else, start early with your systems after you become crystal clear. Because structure, every single time, gives you freedom. And if freedom is your ultimate goal, that's your ultimate goal, then take what I've said to heart and close in on those things. Remember and move in, close in on them. And so when you make the decision to go into business for yourself, understand this. It's not just about the business. It's all about the woman who's saying yes, yes, yes to her next chapter. It's about you as a woman saying yes to your next chapter. It's about the courage that it takes to get started. And I want to commend you for the courage, for even thinking about moving in that direction. You know, it's about the grace that it takes for you to grow and to become the woman that you need to be, and it's about learning along the way and gaining wisdom, collecting wisdom, so that you will learn how to sustain yourself. Um, Entrepreneurship is a challenge, and it will challenge you. It absolutely will challenge you, but my love, it will also change you and help you to grow in ways that you didn't even thought possible. But it's all for the better. It's all for the better. So I guess what I want to instill in you, if this conversation, if this episode has made a difference, let me know what point, what nugget has made a difference. What nugget has caused you to say, I think I need to really dive into this. That's what I want you to do. And if someone comes to mind, then share it out to a sister of someone you think is at a place on her journey and would benefit from this episode. Okay? That's what I would love for you to do. And I'd love to hear from you, how this episode has made a difference for you. And until next time, I want you to keep becoming, keep growing, and remember that transformation is an inside job. But once you have transformed, guess what? The top of that mountain, it's the bottom of your necks. I'll talk with you soon. Okay? Bye.